Welcome to the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures, and I'm your host, Hiker Lou. Okay, folks, so now what we're going to do, we're going to talk about how do you look for, find, identify fatwood, and how to use it. This is what I got right behind me, folks, which I'm going to be cutting into, and if you can look right down this line, this is today's subject, an old, decomposing, rotted out pine tree. What we're going to do, we're going to cut some of these branches off right at the trunk, which is connected to the knot, and these are long branches, and I'm sure, and I am more than positive, these are filled with fatwood. Fatwood, folks, is rot resistant. It does not decompose as long as it has that resin pine wood, that sap in the wood. And to conclude my video, I would like to title it, Fatwood, the Power of the Burn. Stay with me, folks. This is going to be one informative, exciting episode. Okay, folks, and this is what happens when the tree starts to decompose. All the wood around it that does not have concentrations of fatwood, what we call sap, it decomposes and it goes right back into the earth, and it produces more healthy soil with nutrients for more plant life and trees to grow. So as you can see right here, this is decomposing and it's falling apart. That's punk wood. Right now it's too wet to show you anything, but this is what the wood looks like when it's starting to decompose. This here, with that concentration of fatwood that's in it, it stays like that. It's preserved, and this is part of a knot, and you can see that it goes into the tree and into the core. So part of the core, this is the core right here, folks. This is the core. This is the knot. And that's what comes out of that knot is a branch, which was cut already. So, and what's going to be left is just the raw skeleton. And what we're going to have here, folks, is just the skeleton of a tree once all that wood decomposes and rots around the core that I call with the knots. Okay, that's the only thing that's left standing here. And this is a perfect example. Here's a knot. I'm going to peel this little part off here for you, just to show you. In time, all of this wood, as you can see, decomposes. All of this wood went all the way around this core, which I call the skeleton, and this is another perfect example of what the core looks like with the knot attached to it. So when this fully decomposes, all of this right here, as you can see, folks, as you can see all of this, how I just can pull that off. This is decomposing wood that does not have any concentrations of fat wood in it. So what's going to be left standing when all this is clear, when the smoke all clears, folks, you just got the inner core. And look at the beauty, and look how beautiful these knots are. We're going to harvest. Today we're going to harvest some of these knots off of this skeleton of this pine tree, from this pine tree, folks. So stay with me. I'm going to set the cameras up. And I'm going to cut into some of this beautiful fatwood to show you what it looks like, and I'm going to take it home with me, folks. So that's what today's video is all about. Knowing how to get out there, look for, identify, how to use fatwood. So stay with me, folks. I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to get this started, and I'm going to start cutting some of these branches from these knots. Okay, folks, here we are. Now you really can't see that, but that is totally saturated with fatwood. Right here, you can see it. Put it on that camera right there for you. That is pure fatwood, folks. And the smell of it, look at this. That's some beautiful fatwood, folks. Now we're going to go into the next knot, and we're going to cut some more. So I'll be right back. Okay, folks, here we are. We're back. And just want to show you, this is one incredible branch, and I'm going to be, since this is a part of the core and the knot, so what I have exposed is part of the knot and the branch is coming from it. So I'm going to cut like right here, part of the knot that's connecting the branch. So we're going to give it a shot right now, folks. Right into this. Now I can tell just by first cutting, this is some serious fatwood. It's solid. I can see just by the way the blade's cutting through. It's going to take a little time to get it. What I may do is just switch over to my longer blade. Okay, let's see what this has here. going to take a while, folks, because this is a serious piece of fatwood here. So what I'm cutting into is part of the branch that's connecting to the knot that connects to the core, because right here is the core. This is the skeleton of the tree. Wow, this is hard work, folks. Nothing easy about it. Look at that, folks. Look at this. What smells like pie. What amazing piece of fatwood that is, folks. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That is one amazing piece. Now, like I said, this is part of the knot. Knot in the branch that comes from the knot. When this tree was alive, this knot was not exposed, but being that the wood around it, the skeleton, had rotted away, exposing the knot. And that's why I was able to get so close and a piece of that knot besides just the branch coming from the knot. I'm winded right now, folks. Here we are. Piece of fatwood. Okay, folks, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the other side, icing some really beautiful pieces of fatwood. All of those knots are exposed with the skeleton. Most of this tree decomposed and is still in the process of decomposing, rotting. Stay with me. I'll be right with you. Okay, folks, I want to share this with you. Look at the size of this branch, and that is the knot, and that is the skeleton of the tree. You can see it when you see all these knots exposed like that. This is right here. That's where the branch is, and that goes right into the knot. You see that? And then this is the skeleton, and this part is still decomposing. As you can see that, it's still rotting, and it's going to rot right down to the knot that you see right here. This is solid. All this other stuff is decomposing, and that's going to be the next one I'm going to cut. But this is a huge one. This is a monster. This is going to be quite a challenge for me, folks, but I'm going to set the camera up and give you that view, spend my time with you while I'm cutting this. Stay with me, folks. Folks, we're back, and we're going to start cutting into this huge knot with a huge branch coming out of it. Can't see it too good on this side, but I got it on this side of the camera, so stay with me, folks. Here we are. Wow, that's hard work. Change up this saw, see what happens. This is hard work, folks, and this is a huge piece of wood here. Can't wait to get this one cut. I'll tell you that. I should have been trying to cut smaller pieces here. I'm going for the biggest pieces on the tree. Wow. That is some serious fatwood, folks. Serious piece of fatwood. Wow. That is hard. There we are. Enough of this cutting. Wow, folks. This is an incredible piece of fatwood. Look at that. If that's not an incredible piece of fatwood, I don't know what is. Look at that, folks. Look at that incredible piece of fatwood. Wow, that is some piece of wood. Look at that. Look at that, folks. There we are. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next one. Okay, folks, we have another one here, right here. Okay, that was hard. That was hard work. Clean it up a little bit so I know exactly what I'm looking at here. You can see all this decomposing wood. See that? This makes good punk wood, but it's wet. So I gotta come back another time. Look at that. Give you an idea. Look at that, folks. Just to show you. And this is the core. That's the skeleton, folks, right here. What you see is the skeleton that I'm shaving apart. That I'm shaving here. The skeleton. Here we go. Part of the knot I'm gonna cut also. Let's see. Wow. Like I said, to get out there, you got to know the different stages of what a pine tree looks like. And in this stage, it's rotting. You can see this rotting. And what's left is I call the skeleton, the core, the bloodline of the tree. This right here you see are knots. And here on top are the branches. Well, the tree had to come up to here as far as with the wood. Coming around, it decomposed, exposing the knot and the core. This is not easy, folks. Wow. Wow, that's hard. That's really hard, folks. Hard stuff. Hard stuff. Wow. Here we are. Wow. Wow. Look at that, folks. Now that's some serious fatwood. Wait till I get this at the cutting table and start cutting into some of this wood. You're going to see the richness of that fatwood. I call it the power of fatwood, the power of the burn. Okay. Wow, that was it. That wasn't easy. I got to take a break. Try to get one more here. Okay, folks, here we are. This is a small one, shouldn't be that hard. But I'm just curious to see what's in this small one. And this is a knot. This part right here is a knot. This part that's not much left is a branch. Clean this blade off a little bit. Wow. I should just save my energy for a different piece. But this is not that big, so shouldn't be that hard. Wow. Don't want to break my blade. How to look for identify and use fatwood is the subject of this video today. I'm going to conclude the video with Fatwood, the power of the burn. And that's going to be the title for my second video to conclude this episode. Wow, that's not budging, folks. That's a serious piece of wood. There we go. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Look at that. Wow. Look how beautiful that wood is. And it's a small one. Very small and very old, folks. I have enough at this point, more than I can carry. And there's one huge one here I'm super duper tempted to cut into. But I'll be back. I have enough. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 large pieces of fatwood that I can process. And this wasn't easy work, folks. This is pretty hard work. And you can see by that, the shavings smells fresh, just like pine wood. Okay, folks. I'm going to shut the camera down, relocate. Okay, folks, I see one more piece I think I'm going to want to take with me. That's right there. Okay, folks, we're back. And this is going to be the last piece that I'm going to cut right here. So we're going to probably cut right here. And there we go. This wood is wet, folks. It's been raining. And it's harder to cut through wet wood. But I'm sure I could get this done. Do this. This is the last piece I'm going to be cutting today. I have more than enough that I can carry out here. That's what I like about these smaller pieces. They're not so hard to cut. That gives me a little leverage by kind of widening that gap. A lot more leverage. Makes it easier to cut. There we are, folks. Wow. Oh, that's pure resin. Look at the color of the blade. That's that sap. Look at that. This is it. Wow. Look at that, folks. If that's not a beautiful piece of fatwood, I don't know what is. Look at that. Wow. That's it, folks. This is what it looks like. A whole piece of wood. And that's what you have on the inside. And this is a very small piece of the knot that connects the branch to the core, the skeleton. There we are. That's hard work. Wow, it's not easy. Okay, folks, that's going to conclude this video until I get back at the cutting table so we can have a little chat. But like I said, the best thing to do, learn about fatwood, learn about what the trees look like at the different stages of decomposing. Familiarize yourself with. The only way you can is either look at YouTube videos, study it online, and get out there. Most importantly, you got to get out in the woods and do it yourself. You have to see it with your own eyes. Cut into the wood. You got to know what it feels like to cut into the wood, to find it. The rewards, I cannot even express. The best thing you can do. Okay, so I'm going to give you one last look at these 2 fallen, decomposing pine trees so you can have an idea what it looks like and what to look for if you're in pine wood country. This is an old growth part of the woods, man. Very, very old growth pine woods. So stay with me, folks. I'm going to give you one last look before I say goodbye. Okay, folks, here we are. One last look before I leave. I want to show you these 2 trees side by side. Look at the beauty of that. Look at those knots. Look at that. Give you a nice slow scan of these beautiful knots. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look at that, folks. Look at that knot. Look at those knots right there. Wow. This is for educational purposes, folks, and this is what a dying, this is what a dead, rotting, decomposing pine tree looks like. Look at it. You can see it. It's all decay. And this is right, and this is all going back. And this is going to eventually turn the soil with all the nutrients to give life to plants and new trees. And look at that, folks. Like I said, that's what a decaying piece of tree looks like. This is the core, the skeleton. That's the knot. And that is the branch that's connected to the knot. And you can see, I know this has large concentrations of fatwood if I cut right there, because that piece right there is broken. So that means when the tree was alive, if this had broken off, the tree had sent sap, the resin, to protect the branch, especially from insects, and to protect it because it's toxic. The pine sap is toxic to insects, and that's what protects the branch from them coming in. But there are other places in the tree that are not protected, and that's how the insects make their way into the tree and eventually kills it. So this is what it looks like. That's the core you're looking at right there. That's the core with rotting wood on the outside. This one too. So that's it, folks. There you have it. Hopefully you learned something today with me. I'm not the best teacher on YouTube, but I do have a little experience of scouting for fatwood, and I know what to look for and how to look for it. And I do know what trees look like, and I especially know what fatwood smells like. It smells like pine. It smells like pine, folks. So here we are. That's it. This is going to conclude my video for you today. And folks, I will be back. Okay, folks. This is Hiker Lou from the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures, and this is my harvest for today. Look at that beauty. Look at the power of fatwood, folks. Yes, folks, once we get back at the cutting table, what I'm going to do, I'm going to process a couple of these pieces of fatwood. I'm going to make some shavings and do a burn for you to show you the power of the burn. Okay, folks, so this is Hiker Lou from the Outdoor Wilderness Wildlife Adventures, and this is Scouting Fatwood Stump Adventures, Volume 18. See you back at the cutting table.